What's up, guys? The camera is currently dead. I want to play some Halo, and unfortunately, I did not update it on this Xbox. So, what should we do in the meantime? I mean, this thing is gonna do it pretty quick. I'm currently doing some things at the store. Maybe I do that, or maybe 7 minutes and 40 seconds. Maybe we play a quick FIFA match. Let's just try some FIFA. Let me mute the FIFA because of the fact that it has some music that I can't be listening to. And I put the streamer mode off. My camera's dead right now, so I'm not using a camera right now. But I wanted to turn the music back on because obviously FIFA without music is just not the same. So I literally, put that back on. So for the time being, until the game starts, let me just play without the audio on the game. Let's see, settings. I want to go back to Spanish commentary. The only reason why it wasn't set is that I keep switching between different Xboxes, and every time it resets everything. So, okay, Latin American, good. Now let's go back to the game. Play some Ultimate Team. Once the game starts, I'll put the audio back, but for now, let's just keep it the way it is. Let's see here. All right. Disconnected. I finished the last game. That's weird. I lost, but I did finish the game. Like last second loss. Let's do this. So I got a few more players. I got Junior Firpo as a left back. I also signed Park Ji Sung, which obviously had to put him inside the field. I got Nunez and I got Gabriel Jesus, which was one of my favorite players from last FIFA. So I got him back. Nunez, obviously, he's a meme right now, but look at that pace. Look at that shot. I mean, the guy, 86 physical. That's a striker. He's tall too, which kind of benefits my team. So we're gonna try to see how this works out. Let's do this. I've only played one game with them, and I like the way they played. Let's see if because I've noticed that whenever you first put a new player in, they don't really adapt. It's a little bit of a learning curve for the team, which is kind of weird. It's kind of cool how they do that. How they make it like actually feel like they're learning. You know what I mean? To play with each other. So we'll see how this goes. This match. Let's see if they become even better than the first match we played. Let's see what happens. I think it's safe to put the audio back. So let's do this. Kick off. I had to keep pushing again, bro. He's my boy. Team USA, bro. I love Mexico too. I'm saying I'm a USA fan too because I was born here. I'm also Mexican for my blood, which is awesome. I love my Mexican culture and heritage. But obviously, I'm a USA born person, so I tend to gravitate more towards the US. And my brothers and some of my friends actually they try to poke fun at me. But now, the funny part is that now it's cool to be a USA fan because they're technically better than Mexico at the moment. So yeah, kind of cool that I was right about that 6 years back when I said it. So man, you got smacked 7-0 the other day, and I did suspect they were gonna lose, but that was bad. So my friend's a Chelsea fan, and we were talking about this, and he was saying how we're doing so good and all this thing, how Manu was so up, and I literally stopped him and said, I don't know why, but I feel like something's not right, and we're gonna lose pretty soon, and probably the next match. And guess what? We lost 7-0. Just 7-0 is worse than I expected. I was expecting like a simple lose. You know what I mean? Like you lose maybe like 2-0, stuff like that, 2-1 maybe. But damn, 7-0. I think that's a warning call that things are not fixed at Man U and they have to be more focused than I got scored on. I think that's a wake up call that Man U isn't fixed. That we were on this high thinking everything was good now and it wasn't. Because look, if they had just lost, I take it. It makes sense. They lost, right? But the fact that they lost 7-0, it just shows me something's off. it's not a regular loss. It's just a smack. It was a smackdown from a team that has been struggling for a while. Maybe Liverpool found their footing again. I don't know. We'll find out what happens in the next match. And we're going to find out what happens with Man U today. But I am not happy. And I've been saying it. I'm not an Eric Ten Hag guy. I don't like him. I don't think he's a good coach. He may have done his job at Ajax, but this is not Ajax. This is Man U, and I think he's trying to play a style that doesn't work with the team he has. He wants to play up like high press, right? He wants to play that way, and the way I see it, Man U is not the team to be high pressing because I've noticed that even though I'm a Man U fan, I can admit that as soon as they start losing, they lose faith. They lose like drive per se, and it's just a matter of the team not having the strength or the what's the word I'm looking for? The strength or the drive to go through with it. So the way I see it is you're playing this like high press style of soccer and it doesn't fit your team because first of all, De Gea can't control the ball on his feet, so he can't play from the back. Your players, other than Casemiro, I think most of the team has very low morals. Like for example, when they're winning, they're all on the high. They're happy. They're like celebrating, playing good as a team. And the moment that they start losing by at least 2 goals, you see like the whole team spirit thing break apart. And it feels like they all go at each other. I don't know if it's just me, but that's what I've noticed, and that's why I predicted that winning streak was going to end soon, and it did. I called the Barca game 2-1 exactly as I called it, and the reason why I called it is because it was going to end up like that because Man U at Old Trafford, it's rare that they lose, and it happens. It does happen, but it's rare. And especially the way that things were going, I saw going 2-1. One of my friends said, oh, it's going to be 1-0 Man U. And my other friend who was a Barca fan said 3-1 Barca. And I said, you think Barca's going to win by 2 goals? And I think that was more of a biased opinion because he really was a Barca fan. Mine was more based on what I believe. If I thought Man U was going to lose, I would have said it too. I would have said they're going to lose just like I did against Liverpool. I knew they were going to lose sooner or later. But so what happened was the reason why I predicted 2-1 was I know Man U is going to win. They're going to fight for it. They're going to try. And 2 goals just seemed like a logical response. But the 1 goal side of Barca, which is why they didn't go at 2-0 or 1-0 or anything biased like that. I didn't go by that my opinion. I went by what I believe. Not my biased opinion. Basically, I based it on what I believe the game would, the way a team works, the way that both teams are playing at the moment, the way that their motivation works. I knew it's gonna be Barca's at least gonna score 1 goal, and Man U's gonna respond and be 2-0 to 1 and win. That was my prediction, and it came through. True. Me salió el acento ahí, my bad. Pero what I'm saying is, it was a long time coming that we were gonna start losing. It happens. Today, I hope they get back in the swing of things. They're versing Real Betis, which I don't think anyone should discredit Real Betis. They are a good team, and I don't think they're bad. Like, yes, they're not the best Liga play team. They're not the best top of the line, but I mean they are at the moment in this stage, and it is just the Europa League. I understand what we're gonna start saying. It's the Europa League, but let's be honest. Even the smallest of competitions have competition. You saw Barca struggle to even pass the next round in a league that they considered less. A lot of Barca fans. So I mean, let's just think about that. We should never call a league weaker than the other just because the teams we support are in the higher league according to what we believe. But like every league has competition. I strongly believe La Liga MX, the Mexican league. I think it's a very competitive league, but only because in between them as teams they tend to fight with each other, like they struggle for the championship. I mean, unlike most of the what do you call it? Most of the teams, Europe is a very strong footballing, you know, continent. But I do believe that people overhype the whole Europe thing. And this coming from a Premier League fan, I think Premier League is the best league in the world, hands down. I love the Premier League. It's actual, like to me, that's what football, soccer is. It's supposed to be tough. Not everything is a foul, just like La Liga, which is why I'm not a La Liga fan. I can't get into it. Every little foul they call, they blow the whistle, they stop it for every little thing, and And that's the main reason why I don't think. FYI, I'm a Ronaldo fan. I can admit that Messi is the better player based on trophies and performance, I guess, in some way recently. But then again, Messi did have a bad season last season, and Ronaldo was the second top goal scorer in the Premier League at 36 years old. So let's just be honest about that too. Let's just not forget that because Messi did have a very bad season last season, and we just kind of like act like he never did any wrong, which he did. But the fact is that he won the World Cup, and he did it. He did it. He won the cup. Ronaldo was just completely stepped to the side. They pushed him to the side mainly too. Also because he wasn't performing. It's not all the Portuguese management's fault. But the fact is, I'm a Ronaldo fan mainly because of the fact that Ronaldo's one of the only players. Again, I know Ibrahimovic. Yes, he's an amazing guy. He's an amazing player. I love Ibra. He's a good player, an amazing player. Very athletically, it's peak. He's a really good player. People don't really talk about him as much as they should, but Ronaldo is one of the only players at the level he plays at, the amount of goals he's scored, the records he holds. Only player that I know at that performance level that has performed in every single league and won championships in every league. Um, and won Champions League with two different teams. Messi has not done that. PSG flopped yesterday, as we can see. Um, Barca was the only team he ever won with things with, and let's be honest, Barca kind of cuddled him. It's just they build a team around him. It's just the way it works. Ronaldo has always been just a part of a team, and he makes a difference when he needs to. But Messi has always been like the main focus of a team. One could argue at PSG, he's been kind of pushed. He's kind of being stepped on by Mbappe once, which is fair because Mbappe is young and Messi is he's getting towards his twilight years. It's coming to an end sooner or later. Unfortunately, we have to accept that. Just like Ronaldo's this year has been gone down. I mean, he's doing well where he is now, but he's not the same player he used to be, and we have to accept the fact that things are coming to a close and we have to move on. So, all this to say, people always try to put down other leagues and make it look like they're less performing. When the fact is, sorry, that means things are done upstairs. I have to go and make sure everything's good. But Premier League is to me the top league in the world, mainly because the refereeing is just better. It's just tougher. You have to actually be tough in the Premier League. You can't just go in there with just pizzazz and style and tricks and all this shit unless you can back it up with physique. If if you can do all the step overs and twirly things you want, but if you can't body, you're not gonna really do much in the Premier League. Another thing, that's why I think Ronaldo is just one of the best players. He has both of those things. He has the slight skill and pizzazz. I mean, actually, not slight, very much high up there. I am getting smacked, and I probably should be focusing. But he has all these skills and all this, like, you know, touch and body. He knows how to body. Yes, he does flop a lot. I'm not gonna lie, say he doesn't. Again, he picked that up. I feel like he picked that up mainly in the La Liga because it kind of was a Real Madrid staple for him, where he would always fall in the penalty box and get a penalty call. You know what I mean? But that's also why I don't think Messi might perform. And he could. It's just he's not gonna do it. And then the fact is, at the stage he's in now, it's over. He's not gonna perform in the Premier League. I don't think he's gonna make that decision in his career to go to a Premier League team. And let's face the fact, even if he did and he doesn't perform, I could hear it right now, all the main Messi fans, because again, I am not a toxic Ronaldo fan. I love Messi. You cannot love soccer and not love Messi. Messi is an amazing player. He is I would say he's the GOAT, yes, because of the fact that Ronaldo just hasn't brought it lately anymore. And he never got that World Cup. And unfortunately, that's the fact. You know? I feel like it's a little bit hypocritical how some people, Ronaldo fans, would say, "Oh, once whoever was the World Cup settled the debate," and now that it happened, it's always like, "Oh no, that's not gonna change my mind." Like I'm not gonna change my mind. Ronaldo is my goat. He's my favorite player. He is I will never be able to call myself like a Messi fan per se. I love Messi. I'm just not a fan of his because I just don't think he's like a motivational player. I think he's just naturally gifted. Ronaldo's a motivation to me. It's a state of mind, not just winning. It's a state of mind that he brings and the performance he tries. And no matter what people tell him, he tries. He looks for the way to perform, and that's the thing. Um, the time when I stopped being a Messi fan, when I stopped being a Messi fan, it was when he quit the Argentina team after losing like three finals, I think it was in a row. When he decided, oh, I'm done, I'm leaving, and he did like almost like a little, I don't know how to explain, tantrum, I would call it, because he just literally said, oh, I'm quitting, I'm done. That's where I lost kind of like the, okay, I'm not gonna be a Messi fan ever. That was it. That was the line. That was the line I drew. I'm like, I love Messi, but I can't back a guy who just gives up. That's just not the way I see it. I mean, if you're gonna be a soccer player, especially the best, you gotta fucking back that up. Could you imagine if he just stayed retired from the international team? If people didn't beg him to come back and all this, he would have never won that cup. Think about that. How motivation plays a big factor in what you do and your success. The way I see it, man, I don't think Ronaldo's gonna step down and just let it go. He's probably gonna try and try to go to the next World Cup. Now, am I saying he's gonna do it? I don't think so. But then again, people have doubted Ronaldo back in the day, and they always end up being wrong. So we'll see what happens. We'll just see what happens. But yeah, all this to say, man, some people just give too much credit to the European league, like just because it's European. I don't think that you should just base it on where the league is. I think there's a lot more to soccer than just, oh, it's European. I am getting smacked, guys. All because I went on this tangent. This is bad. This is really bad. I'm over here giving this speech about. Okay, watch. I'm gonna focus in, and I'm gonna try to score at least 3 goals, just to at least prove that I'm not whack, and it's just the fact that I wasn't focusing. So here we go. Let's try to score 3 goals, guys. That's my goal for this. I'm not winning this game or even tying it. So let's just go for that. 3 goals before the game's over. That's what we're going for right now, guys. That is it. Oh no, this is not looking good to me. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Let's do this. 3 goals, guys. 3 goals in the next few minutes. Save my dignity. Oh, that's one. That is a cheap one, but that's one, guys. Here we go. Boop. Oh, oh man. Oh man. Well, my pride has been injured. Not even a penalty. That could have got me one closer to what I want to do right now. But you know what? You know what? I'm gonna make excuses. We don't take those. We don't take those, guys. This is not good. Not good at all. Oh no. Well, I think it's safe to say my pride is injured. And nothing to fight for anymore. This is I don't think I'm gonna score those 3 goals anymore. It's coming to a close. But yeah, it's over. But yeah, all this to say, yes, Messi is the GOAT, guys. It's a fact. There's no doubt about it. He has the trophies to back it up now. There's no doubt about it. Messi is the best player. Again, it's not a matter of opinion, it's a fact. But in my opinion, my belief is that Ronaldo is the best player because of the fact that he just motivates and he fights. That's why. One could say that this World Cup, Messi really like stepped up. He showed his strength. So one could argue that he did step up this World Cup and he showed a side that we have never seen, and I like that a little bit. Now, do I think that he was a little bit like too much of a character, like Maradona was, where he was yelling at people and Bobo and all those things? Yes, I do believe that he was going too far, but it is what it is. You know, it worked for him. Some people love that about what he did this time. Some people, myself included, just think it was too much. You should have just let it be about soccer and spoke with your skill, not your mouth, and just be a leader on the field. And being a leader doesn't mean heckling or attacking people after the game's over or trying to start fights. I just don't think that's the way to handle things. That's just me. I have friends who try to defend him. And it's because they're Argentinian fans who try to defend it by saying, oh, but that's just the culture." But is it though? I know a lot of teams are extremely good, and they just don't do that. I'm a Man U fan. I'm gonna tell you one thing: Bruno Fernandes is not my favorite player because of the way he is. He tries to flop for every little foul. He tries to do everything he can to get a call, and it bothers me. I'm like, this guy has to step up. Just stop being such a little pushover and try to like start a fight or make a little complaint to the ref. It takes me the wrong way, man. Just shut up and put your effort in. Don't use excuses. Put your effort in and fight for the game. And this is what I mean, man. You needs that. They just don't have that, and it gets me angry because we used to be that team that on a counter, man, you are done, bro. Man, you got you, and that's what I loved about this club, and that's what I still believe we will get there one day. But this team is not the team I remember. I love Rashford. He does step in when he needs to. Um, the head does what he can, what he has. Lisandro Martinez to me is one of the only players I feel like who actually fights for the game, and Baran too. I'll give him that. But like, my opinion is that the midfield of Man U is completely like a disaster. They're not bad. They just don't care enough. That's my opinion. I don't think they're bad. They just don't care enough. Like the team isn't what they believe in. Casemiro's the only player in that area that I think who actually fights, who actually tries to win things. But yeah, that's my belief, guys. So I gotta get back to the store, and that was a good rant, even though it cost me a big smack in FIFA. But we'll come back, guys. We'll come back. We always do. All right, guys. Take care.